protect her privacy, we'll call her Maya. When she was younger, she was subjected to violence at the hands of her father.
A
teacher at school noticed that something was wrong. During lessons, I was never participating. I was sad, with my head always down. During gym class, she also noticed the black and blue bruises on my legs. At one point, I couldn't train anymore because of the pain in my back and my knees.
The girl sought help and found it in Zurich's safe house for girls. With a phone call, she was able to arrange a meeting with a social worker, who then brought her to the shelter.
For me, it was quite difficult to leave home because I didn't want to betray my family. But when the situation became unbearable, I called a counselor to ask for advice.
Domestic violence, as in Maya's case, is no exception. That's why the Safe House was established, and it's one of the most secret addresses in Switzerland.
Most of the girls who come to our house are being pursued by their families, and there are girls who are even being threatened with murder. For their safety, most of the girls rely on the secrecy of the safe house.
In the past 20 years, more than 1,000 girls have sought refuge in the house and found a safe place here.
20 years in operation is not necessarily cause for celebration. It would be great to live in a society without violence. Nevertheless, domestic violence is still a big issue, and Switzerland is no exception.
The pattern is often the same. Because of fear, girls who are victims of domestic violence often skip school or their vocational training. The Safe House helps by providing a daily structure where the girls can carry on with their homework, express their creativity, or together with a counselor, look for more training options. Often for the counselors, it's difficult to come to terms with the stories of violence that brought the girls to seek shelter in the first place. One of the counselors, Claudia, doesn't want to reveal her identity on camera. This is to avoid being recognized on the streets and followed to the safe house.
For me, it's especially difficult to deal with cases where sexual abuse is involved, as with other types of physical and psychological violence. On the side of the families, we often hear things like, "Come back, everything will change." But in 2 weeks' time, the old habits make their comeback.
In addition, the technological advances of the last few years pose new challenges to the safety of the girls.
We need to be aware of the implications of new technology on the market. For instance, the girls' mobile phones could be traced by their families. Therefore, we always need to be up to date and implement new measures to ensure safety.
The girls who take refuge in the safe house stay there from 1 night to a maximum of 3 months. After that, if required, new arrangements are made. These include help finding new accommodation and vocational training. Maya seems to have succeeded at leaving her past as a victim of domestic violence behind. But it's not an easy process.
I've managed to process what I've gone through. Things are going pretty well at the moment. I received a new beginning, and I try to make the best of what happened to me in the past. I know what happened will haunt me for a long time, but I'm very optimistic.